I grew up in Lebanon, Oregon, and was a part of a family with 4 siblings, and all 4 of my siblings also went into education. It sort of came naturally. It wasn't like I set out and said, okay, here's my course of action. I'm planning to teach this long, and then I'm going to move into building administration and then be a superintendent. It was more taking advantage of opportunities as they kind of were presented to me along the way.
He's kind of been a natural leader wherever he's gone. He was an FFA leader at Lebanon. He was a student body president at Oregon State. And now he's the Oregon Superintendent of the Year. Go figure.
Superintendent is a servant to the public, and he remembers that.
We've been growing rapidly during the 14 years I've been in Bend. We've grown over 4,000 students, and we've opened 9 new schools. You don't do that without the support of your community.
Tough economic times are here. He's going to be looking for, how can I still support my district? What can I do for my district, my teachers, my students in the community?
We have focused, our board has set the target in terms of world-class education for all students. And we've spent the first few years of my superintendency sorting out exactly what we meant by world-class, but it's then been really trying to focus on keeping that at the forefront and have really high expectations for everybody, from staff, teachers, administrators, and then definitely with our students in terms of moving forward.
One of the great things about Ron is that he has this incredible work ethic. That guy's working 24 hours a day. The wheels are always turning, and you can see them turning, and he loves to talk education. That talking shop for him is something he really obviously enjoys.
He is on the job seemingly 24/7, because I know that I get emails from him at really odd hours of the night when normal people would be sleeping.
Part of the job of a superintendent, as it would be for a principal, is you become very protective. I'm protective of my school, he's protective of his school district. And therefore he finds himself into Salem fighting for his school district. He's a voice.
He's very knowledgeable. He's knowledgeable about educational policy. He's knowledgeable about educational reform. He's knowledgeable about what's happening in his district, the state, and across the country.
As president of our Superintendents Association, Ron's really done an amazing job this year.
He epitomizes for us the kind of leadership we would like to have from our superintendents at the state and legislative level. He's just been tireless in his work on behalf of Oregon education.
And think of the sacrifice that he's made, Chuck, in terms of driving over that pass 30 or 35 times this year for very key meetings for COSA leadership, OASE leadership, the Vision and Policy Group, and the Funding Coalition Group. Those are groups that Ron helped change the structure of OASE to make sure that superintendents had a really strong voice in education policy and in funding matters at the state level. And we're really proud that Ron is our Superintendent of the Year.
Very proud of Ron as our Superintendent of the Year.
I think as a district, over the last decade, if you follow our results, you see an absolutely incredible stretch of continuous improvement across the district. And that starts with the fact that we did acknowledge that we have to get the right people.
Ron really has a great eye for talent, and he's brought a lot of really talented education leaders to Ben Lapine schools. And then he really trusts their instincts and their experience.
The other piece we've done is continuously look to support our folks on the main line in terms of our classrooms.
I can feel the fact that he knows that our role is important, that what we are doing matters, and you get a sense that he supports you.
We've narrowed our focus, so we really have focused on early literacy, which has been truly one of my crusades for most of my career here in Bend. And then sort of the other end of that is that real focus on college and career readiness. I had a superintendent I worked for a number of years who used the phrase that we need to be preparing kids for their futures rather than our pasts. And I think that's really been my guiding principle, is that we've got to look beyond our own experiences and try to identify how we're going to prepare kids for a future that we can't actually envision. What's helped me be successful, without any question, it starts with parents. Then obviously marrying an educator. My wife and I have been married for 40 years, so I say I have the privilege of having elementary education in service 24/7, 365 for 40 years. And then finally, the key to my success is my colleagues. I've been privileged to work with some outstanding educators, and certainly have a tremendous crew here in Bend that have supported me and have been part of the process of getting us where we are today, and I really thank them for all that support.